Don't you miss the sweet slumbers you fell into as a child? Neend app helps you recreate that magic with well-crafted, exclusive sleep stories, guided meditations, and calming music to lull you into the restful sleep you need. Our offerings are all ad-free, approved by experts, and have helped more than 90% of our listeners fall asleep as quick as within 15 minutes after tuning into our app. Download the app for more sleeping aids and subscribe to the channel. I'm Kshitij, and today I'll tell you a story called Vineyard Memories, written by Sarmishta Saha. I will take you back to your childhood days to boost up many wonderful memories. I will reacquaint you with the unconditional love and selfless affection you have shared with your parents and grandparents. These memory lanes are smoothly crafted for you to take you on a magical journey to a dreamland where you will relive your childhood. You will once again feel that childlike happiness and enthusiasm on this journey. I will help you paint an amazing picture in your mind where you will find the warmth of family and the vast beauty of nature. Throughout the journey, you will fill the picture with vibrant colors carefully handpicked from your memories. Come, hold the fingers of the child inside you and begin the journey with me. Soon you will find yourself in a new world of happiness and peace. Before that, make yourself comfortable in your favorite position for falling asleep. Switch off all lights and close your eyes. Take a slow, full, deep breath and let go. It's time to set the world aside. Let go of your day and begin your gentle transition into sleep. Take another slow, full, deep breath and breathe out any tension in your body. All there is to do now is relax, rest, and be restored. You are in bed now, feeling your body relax from the day. Beginning with your feet, allow all the tension to go out of them now. They've worked hard for you all day and deserve a rest. And so the relaxation in your feet begins to find its way into your ankles, your calves, and your knees. Now relax your upper legs and hips and feel this relaxation flowing up onto your abdomen and lower back. And now your upper back and chest. And feel this peaceful, relaxing feeling flowing down your arms, into your hands, and out your fingertips. And then up into your neck, head, and face. Now your whole body is perfectly calm, relaxed, and ready for sleep. Soon you'll be sound asleep, off on a peaceful journey into a dreamland that will carry you all the way through until morning. So, as you continue to listen to the story, begin to follow your breath. Relax your entire body and settle in for a wonderful sleep experience. Let's begin the story. Ved is just an hour away from a place that he calls heaven. When we talk about heaven, what is the first thing that comes to our mind? Peace, isn't it? Then comes harmony, happiness, beauty, and so on. In short, whenever you talk about or think about heaven, you visualize all the good and positive things. You imagine that you are standing in front of a huge silver gate, half hidden with a mixture of white clouds and mist. Then it opens and you enter. What do you see now? A spectacular garden called the Garden of Eden, or the Garden of God. You can see almost all the varieties of flowers available on earth. Their magnetic fragrance is drawing you towards them. You are now touching their soft and delicate petals. You are taking a deep breath to inhale the appealing fragrance of the flowers. All of a sudden, you are feeling blissful, stress-free, and revived. Your eyes are closed now. You are lost in a completely new feeling of fondness and enchantment. Suddenly, you feel something light and tender touching your hand. You open your eyes and see an extremely beautiful butterfly, bright and vibrant. The garden of God is sparkling with the brightness of the butterfly. You are now touching its wings slowly, very slowly, without disturbing its divine presence. You move ahead, and now you are entering a fruit orchard. It's enormous. The fresh, sweet, and fruity fragrance of this vast orchard is driving you to a magical world. You don't stop. You keep walking. You are now standing in front of a cloud of thick mist. As you move a step forward, the mist eventually disappears. Now it's completely gone. You're standing in front of a beautiful cottage, small and adorable. The cottage is surrounded by pretty flowers and green shady trees. There is a small fountain at the center of the garden, along with a lovely bird bath. Isn't it just as splendid and comforting as you wanted it to be? And when you open the door of the cottage, you want to see someone close to your heart and special to you. Heaven is nothing but a place full of goodness and a collection of the best pictures you create in your imagination. The more you are optimistic, the more marvelous your heaven becomes. That's why a place where you pour all the magic ingredients like love, honesty, contentment, trust and dedication becomes your heaven. You can build your own heaven that can be anywhere on this earth. Ved is standing in front of the gates of heaven, that is, home of his grandparents in his native town, Nashik. This place beholds many candid and unforgettable memories of his childhood when he used to visit with his parents during his vacations. He remembers how he used to jump out of his father's car and run straight to the yards to pluck a grape and put it in his mouth. He used to close his eyes while eating the grapes. Even now, Ved is standing with his eyes closed. He's trying to feel the sweet, tangy, juicy and pulpy taste of the grapes. A childish smile pops up on his lips. Childhood memories are something which remain with you forever. Even though the childhood itself doesn't stay, it gives you a reason to smile. Ved has parked his car at the gate and now he's walking through the cemented road which leads to his grandparents' home. He is going to surprise them today. He can't wait to see the joy in their eyes. Ved stops abruptly to admire the greenery all around. As far as his eyes can go, he can see green everywhere. The rows of grapevines look fabulous. It's the same as it used to be. Nothing has changed at all. On the other hand, the plantation has expanded to quite a large area. The child inside him is provoking him to run into the patches, pluck the juicy grapes, and put them into his mouth at once. But he doesn't. Ved simply stands there, smiling at his silly thoughts. It's dusk already. Still, the pale light of the sun has covered the yard in an enchanting glow. Ved is standing mesmerized, watching the silhouettes of trees, hills, and houses. He starts walking again. His face lights up with the excitement to see his grandparents after many long years. Happiness moistens his eyes. From a distance, he can see that his grandpa and grandma are having their evening tea in the garden. Ved lost words and probably voice too. After standing there for a few more seconds and watching them in silence, he screamed aloud, "Grandpa! Grandma!" His voice is more than enough for them. Both of them are almost running to him. They wrap Ved in a tight hug. Their touch, their warmth, their smiles and laughs have washed away all the guilt Ved had inside his heart for not visiting them in the last few years. Now he is at ease. His mind is at complete peace. Grandpa hasn't changed a bit, tall and stout, except that royal moustache, which has changed its colors from black to grey. And Grandma, she's just the same as she was, sweet and gentle. Ved can feel that familiar smell of grape jam still intact in his grandma's sari. Something was very magical about that sweet fragrance which never let Ved leave his grandma's side as a kid. He used to follow her around wherever she went. He remembers how Grandma used to pluck and collect the ripe grapes in a bamboo basket and boil them with sugar, a pinch of salt, and a few drops of lime juice. The aroma was so flavorful that Ved once put a spoonful of hot jam in his mouth and cried the whole day because of the burn. It's true. There's one thing that never changes: the unconditional love of your parents and grandparents for you. However old you grow, they will always love you and pamper you the same way they did when you were a kid. With the pace of time, this attachment doesn't fade away. Rather, it is nurtured with more love, more care, and more affection every day and every moment. Just the way the soil nurtures a baby plant till it grows into a big tree, until one day it returns back to the soil once again. Ved is enjoying the most awaited evening tea conversation with Grandpa and Grandma. He has waited so long for this moment. The hot, steaming tea and the pakoras from Grandma's kitchen have outshined every other thing. Ved takes a sip and closes his eyes in fulfillment. The perfectly balanced aroma of cardamom and ginger is soothing every nerve of his body. Ved opens his eyes and wonders, how did Grandma know that he likes cardamom tea? Mothers always know. They are blessed with some sort of magical powers. Ved took a bite of the pakoda, and at once he remembered a funny incident from his childhood. During one of his vacations, over a tea conversation, along with his mother and father, Grandma had placed 4 plates of pakoras of all different tastes. They even looked different. Each was of a different color, shape, size, and aroma. As a kid, Ved had no idea at all which one he should eat and which one he shouldn't. And he chose the chili one. The green color looked alluring to him. One bite, and the world around him turned upside down. Grandma ran into the kitchen and brought a jar of grape jam and put a spoonful into his mouth. And the irritation vanished within a snap. But that was when he was a kid. Now, all he has to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the pakoras. A few patches of vermilion are slowly fading away in the western sky. The conversation continued at the dinner table. Grandpa went on saying lots of things about the vineyard, Ved's childhood, and Ved's childhood friends, funny and memorable incidents, and much more. After dinner, Ved went up to his room. He is surprised to see that the room has been kept in the same manner as it used to be earlier. The toy aeroplanes are hanging from the ceiling, the storybooks are on the bookshelf, the toy cars and bikes over there in the cabinet, and there on the study table, Spider-Man is resting so comfortably. This stuffed Spider-Man used to be Wade's favorite. Grandpa brought it for him from a fair. Wade went off to bed as he was exhausted from the journey, and soon sleep took him under its control. He dreamt about his childhood days spent in this vineyard. Dreams are amazing. They are full of surprises and very unpredictable. They grant your wishes too. Dreams help you experience a whole new world with a whole new perspective. Dreams are not judgmental. They act according to your thoughts, which you have stored in your subconscious mind. The more goodness you feed to your mind, the better dream you experience. Ved is standing near the open window. It is 6:30 a.m. now. The sun-kissed vineyard is looking pristine. The grapes are shining like golden balls and are hanging from the vines with elegance. The tiny dewdrops are placed so perfectly on the fruits, like a diamond placed on a ring, shining with pride. This wonderful morning and the sun rays have left no stone unturned to decorate God's creation with their humble and gentle touch of affection. Ved is standing awestruck. The beauty of this place is totally different in dawn than what he saw yesterday in the dusk. Both are beautiful in their own ways. If dawn has elegance, then dusk has tranquility. If dawn is awakening, then dusk is comforting. If dawn is a foundation, then dusk is the conclusion. Both are gorgeous. Both are necessary. Both are important, and both share the same space and same love in nature and in our lives. The breakfast table is all set up with different types of mouth-watering delicacies coming straight from Grandma's kitchen. The delicious aroma of the food is scattered all around in the air. After finishing the breakfast, Ved is now going to the vineyard with his grandfather. Now, he will be helping his grandfather in his daily chores, just like his father used to do. Every day was a picnic during his stay here as a kid. Ved is walking amidst the vineyards, leisurely observing every fruit with sparkling eyes. The round green, black, blue, and maroon grapes are shining with the rays of the sun. Ved gently touched the fruits. They are so delicate and plump. The sweet sour aroma of the grapes is overpowering his senses. Stretches of emerald green slopes across vast acres of land are breathtaking. Grandfather has nurtured each and every fruit with lots of care and affection. That small kid inside him peeped out once again, and Ved stretched his hand to pluck one fruit. This time, he didn't stop that kid. He allowed him to feel the heavenly taste of the fruit. The taste that reminds him of his simple, innocent, and pure childhood moments. On the way, he met so many lovely people working hard to flourish this plantation. Their love for this soil and respect for his grandfather touched his soul. Ved is lost in the world of his thoughts when he hears Grandpa calling. Ved turns around and he sees the place which was once his dream. He had loads of curiosity about this place as a kid. He has seen many joyous, warm, and special family moments in this place. But since he was a kid, he enjoyed those cozy moments dearly and never bothered for the reason behind. Sometimes, reason is not important. Just being happy and enjoying the moment is all that matters. That's why childhood is special, very close to the heart. A child never worries for tomorrow. He lives in the present, lives in the core of the moment, flows with ecstasy. Ved's childhood too was somewhat similar. He reached the winery. Ved and Grandpa raised a toast to good health. The ruby red wine tasted exotic. Grandpa gave him an amazing tour of the winery, beginning from harvesting, crushing and pressing, fermentation, clarification, and then aging and finally bottling. Ved noticed that his grandpa too is aging like fine wine, decent and modest. After feasting his eyes on the rolling vineyards, watching the hanging grapes being plucked, crushed and blended, Ved didn't notice the time flew by like an easy breeze. It was lunchtime and Grandma summoned them for a lavish lunch. Ved is sitting by the wood and mosaic balcony with a glass of grape juice post-lunch. The foothills and the green plantation he can see from the balcony are full of life. The greenery soothes his eyes and mind. Ved decided to go for a bicycle ride past the hills. He has done this before also as a kid. Grandpa and his father used to accompany him on his ride, but today he wanted to go alone. Solitude gives you a feeling of contentment. Spending some time alone with yourself, clears your mind, and relaxes you. Ved is riding alone, sometimes whistling and sometimes singing. His happiness has no bounds. He has reached that lake where they used to come for picnics. The lake is huge and the water is crystal clear. The view from this place is spectacular. There is a bench nearby, and Ved is sitting on it and looking far away in the vastness. A group of people are enjoying their picnic by the lake. Their giggling and laughter has revitalized the atmosphere with joy and pleasure. The wind is silent and cool. Ved is enjoying this solitude with all his heart. Nature has so much to give to you, only if you are willing to accept its generosity. Ved has lost count on how long he has been sitting there and admiring the beauty of the hills. The afternoon is playing hide and seek with the twilight now. Far away, the sun has taken its position between the hills, preparing to set off. The sky has begun splashing colors all around. There is turmeric yellow, saffron, violet, and a few strokes of pink too, hidden somewhere in between blue and crimson. Ved is juggling some thoughts in his mind that happy moments don't stay for a long time. They pack up quickly but leave many splendid memories behind. Today, Ved has promised to himself that the next time he visits his grandparents, he will not leave them. He will come to stay with them forever and ever. He put his legs on the pedal and began cycling back to his heaven. The sky behind is now turned into deep violet. Soon it will be night, a star-filled night.